As rain fell on the tar paper roofs at Puyallup during the drenching 1942 Pacific Northwest spring, water trickled down low-angled slopes through cracks and onto blankets, clothes, and faces. Such misery informed the early experience of the King and Pierce County Nikkei as they endured the shock of their sudden loss of freedom.
I was attending Fife Elementary School. I was 5.5 years old, and I came home from school one day, and my mother told me that Elsie had just been told that we need to move within two weeks, or 72 hours, I believe it was, and she said, Daddy will carry your suitcase, but you may take whatever you want that you can carry. So the first thing I said was, yes, I will take my kitten. I had just been given a white little kitten named Fluffy, and it was just a baby kitten, and so I said I will take the kitten and Fluffy, and I would take my favorite doll and my favorite blanket so that keep Fluffy and me warm. And Mother said, well, I don't think they're going to allow any animals at the Puyallup Fairgrounds. And so I said, well, who's going to take care of it? My mother promised that she would buy enough food for the kitten to be fed, and what she did, thinking that it was just going to be maybe just a few weeks and we'll be back. Didn't see the kitten for 3.5 years and never saw it again. But the biggest heartbreak was when the FBI came and took my grandfather in the middle of the night. They never even explain to my grandmother or to my aunts and uncles why they took my grandfather. I remember her crying straight for 2 weeks.
In Pierce County, there was a civilian executive order 58 that required us to register at the Puyallup Fairgrounds within 2 days. And then once we registered, we were given an additional 5 days to physically report at the fairgrounds. So you can imagine how much time we had to dispose of our equipment and everything else. And it turned out, because of that order, the competitive farmers were just waiting for us to move so they could take over all our equipment. And in our case, because we leased the land from the Indians, we didn't have a home to go back to. And when we left for the Puyallup Assembly, we had to leave all our stuff behind, and we never saw it after that. So it was kind of sad, because we had to really start all over again we really didn't have a place to go at that time after the war was over.